Hey everybody, I'm Mr. Todd. This is Stories and Solutions, and I have Andrew Racho here, voiceover artist, producer, writer, director, everything guy. Check it out.
I have people tell me like, yeah, you do music. You always say you do music, but how come I don't, see it, on Spotify or blah blah blah? Because I didn't put it there for you to, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I just did it. And if I have a conversation with you and I tell you about it, then I'm sharing. So then it's like, oh yeah, I have this, just like if I said I had a dog, just,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
That's a perfect way. But I was listening to like a podcast recently, like with all the Jackass guys. I loved that show growing up.
Okay.
You
I,
know,
I, I
and
know, I know the show. I know them. Who they are.
and there were a couple people who just kind of fell off the group. They fell out of the group. They were there in the early days and then just disappeared. And one of them was talking about it, and one of the guys was he was considered like the funniest in the CKY group, which Jackass is a group of like Big Brother, CKY, all these other amalgamations coming together and forming this MTV show.
Oh,
One of the
okay.
groups, one of the guys like bounced out. He was just like, I'm done. I don't need to do this anymore. I'm good. And one of his friends went to visit him, who's from the crew, and he's like, dude, I just did this whole video. And it's like, it's so hilarious. It's great. I think it's some of my best stuff. And his buddy's like, you gotta share it. And he's like, no, it's fine. I just did this because it made me happy. I
At
got
that
to share
time.
it with you. You laughed. That's great. I don't want to put it out. No, I'm good.
Yeah.
Like I got my family. I don't need to be recognized at the grocery store every day now. Like I'm good.
He's
I get to do
secure.
the thing, and yeah,
Yeah.
and that's a great way to put it. Is that security? I think when you're younger, it's like you're hungry for all these things, and they're not wrong. They're just sort of are, which is you're hungry for recognition. Um, Eventually hoping to build some form of legacy. You're hoping to conquer the world in some way. You know, when you get out to the quote unquote real world after you're done with your schooling, and usually where we place it is you have that second life in front of you. What am I going to do that's going to make me happy or fulfill all these things that I aspire to? And at a certain point, you get that security from whether it's the community you build, the things that you do, wherever it is, or just being happy with what you have and not requiring others to validate that happiness. Like that security is going to come. In that
Right.
insecurity is where we can make some really amazing things, because that turmoil, that struggle, it's things we can all identify with at every stage of our lives. But at a certain point, that security, you finally recognize, oh, I don't need that. That's
Right.
good. I've got food. I'm good. you know,
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
got sparkling water. I'm good.
Yeah. And I know this is probably another whole nother show, but it when it really comes down to it, it is your a lot of it is your core, like of how you were brought up.
Mhm.
And if you come from a place where you don't have a lot, then you tend to stay more humble because you appreciate what you have, and therefore you tend to appreciate the earth, or you tend to appreciate whatever it is you worship or whatever. But if you are given a lot, or you even if you work for it, and
Yeah.
you tend to forget because most people that I've known over the years that aspire for money, they are running from something. So
Yeah.
when they get to where they are, they end up spending money trying to repair all of the things that they were running from,
Yeah.
you know. Um, so that like you said, like the appreciation, you don't really see it because you're like chasing this thing. And when you finally get out of gas, it's like the pandemic, like you're stuck by yourself, and you're
Yeah.
and you're forced to see, you can't make a transaction to fix that feeling. This is
Yeah.
life. Yeah. So yeah, I appreciate this is cool. It's a cool
Yeah.
conversation.
I mean, what was it? Somebody described it as like in entertainment, there's always this dangling carrot, and in life there always is too. Is that the idea that there's something in front of you. And if you get it, you can finally get the thing that you're looking for. But these carrots are always going to be there. They're always going to be moving forward. Oh, I want to, break into the industry. It broke in. Oh, I want an agent. Ooh. Oh, I want an agent that's going to do all the work for me that I want. Oh, now I want a publicist. Oh, now I don't have, I want to get people to see what I'm doing. Oh, I want more TikTok followers.
Never
The
ends.
carrot never, it dangles further and further. It stays in the same place, the same distance from your face to being out of reach.
True.
And it's always gonna be there in some fashion. I don't think that's always a bad thing, because it always gives us something to work towards. But if you can't, if you take your frustrations out at where the carrot is, and don't appreciate like that you're alive,
Yeah, you're in the race.
You're only gonna look at the distance between you and the carrot and miss everything else around you. That's only a small part of the things we're able to see. And if you get tunnel visioned into that, that's where I think people can make a lot of mistakes and miss out in life, and not take a moment to appreciate and respect and enjoy and celebrate everything that they have, in front of them and around them.
It's true. And I like the humble side.
Yeah, you got, like, I feel like you got to stay humble, because the one thing I will say about actors is, like, the people who've really had to rise through the ranks, like, if you get success early, that's or you get success through some form of manipulative means, it's like, then it's harder to stay humble, because it's, you don't necessarily have those anchors of knowing what you can go back to when you have that feeling, when the rug's going to be pulled underneath from underneath you, the floor is going to drop, and the thing you're going back to is the thing that, survival mode and all that stuff. You have a recognition that you really lucked out. And that's, I think, a good way to, for a lot of us actors, is that we stay humble, knowing that our next paycheck might buy us our house, but it probably won't. Our next paycheck probably will keep us fueled for another week, and we still have to hustle and keep going and, moving forward and, all that. And when we get out of survival mode, we still remember what it is. That survival mode ain't that far away.
That's right.
But I think if you hit that success early and you haven't always you may have worked hard, but if you don't understand that, that you've come through that hardship, and then others have come through that hardship and have looked to you for, some form of inspiration or aspiration. And if you're not giving back to them, some empathy, and all you're doing is looking at yourself and the carrot and all the things that don't matter, then that's where you start to have, like, people being divas and all that stuff, or ultimately just not being happy and living the dream and not being happy.
Yes. They're a cast member in their dream.
Yeah.
They're not really there.
It's an interesting way to look at that.